There was never really any doubt I was going to be a diver. My dad was one of the pioneer divers back in the early 50s, way before I was born, so I grew up in a diving family. Some of my earliest memories were of Dad wading into the sea with a double hose rig and a set of those old steel twins on his back, while I paddled around in the shallows waiting for him to come back out of the sea with these big lobsters, nearly as big as I was. I got my first wetsuit at age 5, a homemade job cut out of old neoprene and glued together on the kitchen floor. It didn't look as cool as suits do now, but it kept me warm, and from that point on I was in the water snorkeling every chance I got. Although I dabbled with scuba, I didn't actually get around to doing a proper dive course and getting certified until I was in my 20s, and that was a real milestone in my life, discovering the freedom of throwing a tank on and being able to stay underwater and explore without running out of breath. It was also a real turning point. Like a lot of kids, I'd always dreamt of being an underwater explorer and filmmaker like Jacques Cousteau. So getting a dive certificate was a catalyst to making that dream a real possibility. I went on to become a dive instructor, then a commercial dive skipper and guide. I got a degree in marine biology, picked up my first used underwater video camera and learned how to shoot underwater. Over the next few years, I spent hundreds of hours diving with different cameras and chasing filming work, eventually becoming a full-time documentary cameraman and filmmaker. It certainly wasn't an easy road, but fast forward to 2020, I've now been diving for nearly 30 years and I've spent 20 of those years as an underwater cameraman. Diving has taken me all over the world, from tropical diving in Papua New Guinea to cold water diving in Canada, working alongside scientists on marine research expeditions, filming great whites for Discovery Shark Week, giant Pacific octopus for National Geographic, shipwrecks for BBC Coast, saltwater crocodiles and nautilus for PBS Big Pacific, tiger sharks and humpback whales in Tahiti, and giant cuttlefish in South Australia. I've done mid-ocean blue water dives, cave dives, wreck dives, freshwater river drifts and offshore reef dives. And I've got to see a huge variety of marine life while shooting for all these different documentaries. I honestly can't imagine how different my life would be if I didn't dive. It's given me a career that I'm passionate about, a ton of adventure and travel to amazing places, a whole bunch of once-in-a-lifetime encounters with incredible marine creatures, and it's also been my introduction to a world of interesting people, from scientists and conservationists to marine archaeologists. I've met some of my best mates through diving, and I've stayed in touch with dive buddies all over the world. Diving lets me move back and forth between these two very different worlds, and that's a privilege, something I'd hate to have missed out on.